What you doing? I'm your talk container, theacstories with this or and like, damn, I think I'm getting worse as this as I go. Woo, okay, this is not a weird one, but it feels like a weird one to me. Obviously, because you clicked on this to listen to it, I watched Time of Eve, which I'd never heard of before. Thought it was something more recent. Apparently, never checked the dates for things I watched. This one's kind of old. It's older, not old. Not old. Just older than what I expected. But before I get into that, I have to get into the other kind of weird and interesting part accidentally. For me, the alcohol part, because it is alcohol anime, as you know. And it's okay. Well, first I have to give a little bit of information. It's called Time of Eve. I don't even know if I said that. Time of Eve or Ivu no Chikan. But I thought about doing this one for December, the end of December, because that would be in between Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve. And I was like, oh, what a decent time. But then I decided to do Toradora anyways, because I watched that anyways. That was last month's podcast. This is this month, Time of Eve. So my drink was going to be one, what I already had on me. What I thought would already have on me. And something, I don't know, winter holiday themed. It all kind of came together last month. The only thing I knew I wanted was champagne. Something for like New Year's Eve, And then I was like, maybe Christmassy, whatever, blah, 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 drinks. I wasn't exactly sure what to mix with champagne to make it something interesting. Until I looked at what I had. I had to get champagne. I didn't already have that because that lasts a day. And, I recorded this, last week of January. So, I obviously don't have the champagne. So, I got more. The literally cheapest champagne I could get. It was like less than $5. It was a brute something, not champagne. Oh, fuck. I meant to make that a point this whole time. This isn't champagne. Champagne is a very specific type of sparkling wine that is grown and made in the Champagne region of France. This isn't champagne. This is sparkling wine. Okay. Whew. Don't want big champagne coming after me. It's sparkling wine. Very cheap sparkling wine. And then I just used what I already had, which was my peppermint moonshine. Good old peppermint moonshine. It's been lasting me a while. Because I keep getting other things to drink, and then I just every now and then sip on moonshine, which I think is what normal people do with liquor. It's not what I'm used to doing. So this bottle of moonshine may be lasting me longer than anything else I've had so far. Yeah, maybe. Okay, so there was that, and that was going to be the main thing. But then that's kind of boring looking. I was like, okay, moonshine is clear. I was like, I want to make something appealing visually because I've already had drinks that look just like nothing really, not much of anything special. So I was like, what can I mix in it? And coincidentally, another kind of Christmassy thing, holiday thing, is I had some cranberry ginger ale. It's decent. I was like, I can mix in just enough of this to like change the color a bit. But then that wasn't enough for me either. Because then it's just red. And not the best time to be promoting red right now. So it was kind of lighter. It was almost more pinkish. Kind of. And I was like, maybe I can get white stripes and make it into like a candy cane looking thing. And wouldn't you fucking know it? Guess what somebody gave me about a month ago that I just wanted to get rid of? A candy cane. So I was like, well, I made this and champagne glass, sparkling wine flute. What the fuck do they call them? I don't know. That kind of glass, you know what I'm talking about. I was like, a can can hang off of it, and I was like, even better, a can can hang in it pretty easily. It was a perfect size because it's kind of not small, but it was kind of smaller than I feel other candy canes normally are. It also wasn't a typical candy cane. I honestly didn't even try the candy cane by itself until it was already soaking in the alcohol a little bit, so I'm not sure. I think it was more like a sweeter, candier candy cane. I don't know. But here's where the amazing and the cool part of this drink happens. Is you put the candy cane in it, and the entire time I had the candy cane in it, and I made multiple glasses of this drink. The candy cane fizz the whole time. Of course, it was the alcohol or other stuff eating away at it. It was actually pretty cool. I have a little video of it. I'll post it on my Instagram. I have to show this off. Normally, I just do a picture, but you can actually hear it just fizzing the whole time. Even though it's just a clip, so you have no proof. It's literally the whole time. But it was literally the whole time until eventually the bottom of the candy cane got eaten away, and I just ended up dropping the rest of it in. But it's still, the whole time it was like, cool. Now here's the thing. It tasted okay. It was weirdly tart. It tasted stronger than it actually was mixed together. Now, the only thing I can think of is it must have been the peppermint, weird peppermint mixing with weird stuff. Because I was like, maybe it's the sparkling wine. Because I didn't taste it before, but I was like, it's cheap. Usually, kind of cheap stuff is weird. The sparkling wine actually was pretty good. I did try some by itself to compare, and it's actually pretty good. I finished off the rest of the sparkling wine already by itself because I was like, damn, this is easy to drink. And then the moonshine, I already know about that, and it's like, okay, maybe it was the peppermint. And it wasn't the ginger ale, the cranberry ginger ale. That would have just made things too sweet. I was expecting it to be way too sweet. It was actually kind of tart, which was surprising, and I kind of like, because I'm not super crazy about just really sweet drinks. So I'm glad this one was more tart. It helped me somewhat drink it slower, even though the glass was pretty small, so I did have to make me more, but somewhat slower. And it turned out okay. It was more of a visually appealing kind of drink, and I'm super proud of myself. So much so that the name of this drink is the Merry Fuck It New Eve's. New Eve, yeah. Merry Fuck It New Eve. So it's supposed to be a combination of Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. But it's a Merry Fuck It New Eve. Merry Fuck It Happy New Eves. A happy, merry, fuck it, New Eves. Oh, I'm not... Okay, hang on. I'm still workshopping this name, apparently. Because I want to include the happy. But I think I've... What's I decide on? Oh, I'm so fucking stupid. The happy, merry, fuck it, New Eve. Or happy, fuck it, Eves. The happy, merry, fuck it, Eve. Yeah, I'm going to stick with that. Okay, so the official name is now, I should probably take a note so I don't forget it when I'm done with this. It's a happy, merry, fuck it, and fuck it Eve. Happy, merry, fuck it Eve. Or happy, merry, fuck it, New Year. Happy, fuck it. The merry, happy, fuck it, happy, merry, fuck it Eves. Or merry, happy, fuck it Eves. Yeah, I was saying merry, happy, fuck it because merry, happy year Eve. Or happy, merry, fuck it Eve. No, I'll stick with happy. It rolls off the tongue better. And more alphabetical. So this is the happy, fuck it, New Eves. It is what's the proportions I use? I didn't do much of proportions. So take that sparkling wine glass, champagne flute, whatever you want to call it. Make it, like a bit of moonshine. Fill it mostly up with the sparkling wine, and then top it off with the cranberry ginger ale, just enough to get it to turn pinkish. Then just drop that candy cane in there, let it hang over the side, and just let the fizz go on. It's real nice. I wonder if I could play it over. I could just insert it if you actually watched the video, and you can watch it in the thing. But I'm not going to do that because that's a weird thing to just randomly do. Because none of my other podcast episodes do that. Anyway, so that was my drink. It was probably the most creative I got with the drink. Mainly accidentally, but it's been a while since I've been actually kind of proud of a drink. And it's nothing like super delicious. It's mainly just tart, but like a tartness you can drink. But yeah, that's it for that. Let's go into this actual film, Time of Eve, or Ivu no Jikan. Yeah, I just randomly found it on Crunchyroll. I was looking up movies, films, mainly seeing what Crunchyroll had on. I feel like there hasn't been anything that new coming out that I've been that interested in, so I have to find stuff somewhere. I was like, well, I'm sure Crunchyroll has a bunch of stuff I never heard of that wasn't really that popular. Sometimes just weird stuff, and yeah, there is. This being one of it, but it's not really a movie on Crunchyroll. What it is a 6-episode ONA, which was originally released from August 1st. A lot of August 1st things that pop up. Yeah. Oh, I should have waited until August 1st. I didn't know this until I took notes afterwards. That could have been an anniversary thing. Just like Firework also took place on August 1st. If you recently read Undead Unluck, the characters in that get married on August 1st. August 1st. I feel like there should be some significance, mainly because that's my birthday, so there is some significance. Anyways, 6 episodes, started August 1st, 2008, went through September 18th, 2009, released by Yahoo Japan. Yeah, it's been a while. Back when Yahoo was trying to do stuff, I guess. But yeah, and I guess those 6 ONA is what's on Crunchyroll. Even though I don't know, for some reason I thought it was a movie. I don't know why I thought it was a movie when I looked at it and found it, saved it, and then went to watch it. I was like, oh, it's in episodes. But I was like, oh, Crunchyroll does that for some reason. It sometimes just makes movies into episodes. Or maybe it's not Crunchyroll who does it, but that's what Crunchyroll gets. Even though there is a movie version of it. Just like this. There was a theatrical version that premiered in Japan on March 6, 2010. So I don't know if there was any difference. Probably not. Just cut out, like, maybe the title card of it. Maybe the ending of it, each episode, and just let it go naturally through like that. But, yeah, I don't think it matters that much. I usually prefer things in an episode format because it feels like I'm getting more out of it. Which is why the Demon Slayer films that are coming out is stupid, because I don't know how they're going to do that. Now, that's a different thing. I'll bitch about that when those films actually come out, all 3, because I don't think I'm going to watch all 3. I don't think I'm going to watch. Fuck it. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't want to watch one and then wait, because I already read the manga. I know, and then wait. It doesn't make any sense. They should have done it as episodes. That's a different thing. Let's talk more about Time of Eve before I rant about that stupid stuff. But okay, so Time of Eve. When it came out, 2008. Well, of course, I turned an age, and then I started high school that fall. So whatever age that would have been. Yeah. Dang, I was young. I probably didn't even know what anime was legally. So what was I doing? I don't know. Like, I knew, what was I watching in 2008? Whatever came on TV. And then freshman year. Yeah. So Viz or someone, I think it was Viz, or maybe it was the official Naruto website, would play Naruto Shippuden episodes. I'm pretty sure they were out then. Yeah. And that's why, I think that was the only way I was watching anime online, because one, didn't really have much access to the internet myself back then. So when I did, I would go to that. I think it was Viz actually did. No, not Viz. Maybe Naruto. It was an official website that did officially play it. I watched it on there. That might have been really the only anime I was watching besides whatever came on TV. So yeah, I had no idea this happened at all. Maybe no one in the U.S. had any idea this was going on. Or so I thought. But apparently, I mean, still, I don't know much about the US. But at least in Japan, this got a manga, not surprising, from February 2010 to March 2012 by Square Enix in the Young Gungun magazine. The manga was created by Yuki Ota. It got a light novel in March 18th, 2010, which I guess came out right after the movie version did, by Kei Mizuichi. A fan book. It got its own coffee blend. It's got its own phone app. Like, what was going on? The US was missing out on so much cool stuff, apparently. And, okay, I say cool stuff. This was a decent watch. It had a bunch of awards. A New York International Children's Film Festival. I don't know what some of these are. New York, yeah, that again. A bunch of different special screenings around the world. Wow. And, like, I knew nothing about it. I thought it was just some random whatever thing. So it's interesting to me how I missed it. Was there anything else? Yeah, just an app with a story, coffee timer, and an alarm. Dang, in 2012, huh? Is when the app came out. I was finishing high school when the app came out. That was my last semester of high school. Still didn't have a smartphone back then either. I think that's right when they were starting to become a thing. Like, commonly a thing, in the US at least. I didn't get a smartphone until 2015. Right? Yeah, 2015. Dang. Ooh, anyways, yeah, so it was somehow relatively popular, just something I didn't know about. But anyways, yeah, it's written and directed by Yoshihiro Yoshiura, with released by Studio Rika, with music by Toru Okada. I'm trying to think of the music, and nothing about the music stands out to me. I know this is a very common thing for me, even though I went to school for music. I have a music degree. I suck at recognizing music. But maybe, well, here's the thing. Sometimes music is just ambiance in the background. That's fine. If it wasn't there, you probably notice it more than it is there. Or sometimes it's just unnecessary and it's just there to try to make things seem cooler. Or sometimes it really is just it's just nailed. Hit out of the park. Great. And those are the ones I really notice. But the rest of it, I was just like, eh. I didn't notice it. That doesn't mean it's good or bad. Maybe it did its job. Maybe it wasn't trying to be like some big, giant soundtrack. And it just did fine. Did good enough. And if it's good enough for them, good enough for me, I guess. But yeah. Yeah, so that's, I guess, the details or educational portion of this podcast. Stuff you could have went and just looked up on your own. But hey, I'm already here talking about it. May as well give it to you myself. So let's just kind of talk what happened in Time of Eve. I keep wanting to say film in this series. It's, like I said, 6 episodes, ranging from 15 to 27 minutes each. It starts with the shorter episodes, and they progressively get longer a little bit. In total, it felt a lot longer than I think it actually was. I don't know why. What is that? 106 minutes is what I'm seeing, but I didn't do the math myself, so we're just going to trust that. It was a good bit, over an hour and a half. That's actually pretty good if it was a film, because normally, sometimes, at least, a lot of anime films aren't that long, and it's something I usually complain about. And could this have been longer? Probably. I kind of always say it could be longer, but I think it did what it needed to. There wasn't really any points where I was like, oh, what's going on? Why didn't they do more with blah 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 at this blah 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 part, or anything like that? So, I guess it did fine. I didn't think at any point it was like, oh, they should have did something with this. But I mean, always they could have done more with something or whatever. But I don't know. I don't have enough to complain about with that. So I guess I just can't really complain now. In hindsight, I guess. So yeah, let's just start. I guess I'll go episode by episode. I'll just talk a little bit about what's going on. So the first episode is called Akiko. And firstly, before I even talk about it, it opens up with a little message of, the setting, and it's like sometime in the future, probably Japan. And I don't know if that's what the literal Japanese probably said, or if that's just a translation thing somebody just had fun with. But for some reason, it just tickled me a lot. It's just like, probably Japan. It's like, oh yeah, obviously, this has something to do with like androids and robots. Yeah, that must be Japan. It was like, probably. It's like, it's kind of, I don't know, poking fun kind of at this, I don't know, at Japan's technological advancements compared to everyone else. At least what it feels like. But I don't know. I saw that and it kind of just made, I don't know, I liked it. Anyways, so it's called Akiko. And let me tell you, I had no idea who the fuck Akiko is. I don't know if I wasn't paying attention at all. I thought Akiko was going to be the main character. No, it's not. The main character's name is Rikuo, and I don't know if it says it at all until the end of this episode. But it definitely doesn't say who Akiko is until nearly the end of the episode. It's weird. So the setting is like, it says robots have been in use and now androids or something become more common. And I don't know if they really distinguish between robots and androids. And I feel like they're used, it's switched back and forth. And accidentally, if anything, looks like there's glitter on my keyboard. No, I hate glitter. But anyways, I'm getting distracted. What? No, I hope not. Anyway, so it opens with Rikuo with an android doing, I don't know, some kind of update or whatever. If you look it up, it may even be the poster for this I'll just keep saying film for this film. And it's like, oh, is that Akiko? And it's like, no, neither of them are Akiko. This is Riku, and we don't learn, unless I really am just stupid or don't pay any attention. The android with Riku is named Sammy. I don't know. It might all be translation things, because I don't want to take the blame for it. But I'm confused by the beginning of it, at least for this first episode, because I don't know what the fuck's going on. But anyways, so Riku has a sibling who I thought was the mom at first. I think it's just the sibling. Wakes up hungover and is like, fuck yeah, first reference to alcohol. And then this is a part where I kind of get confused, and it's like, is the android one that's been with him for a while? Because at one point I feel like it just said, like, did it ever say Riku's sibling's name? I don't think it did. It kind of just like says like, oh, this android just helped the sibling back home, and then that was that. I guess it's just there now. I don't know. It's weird, but we learn eventually. Like, no, I guess it must have been there, because like one of the parents, one, I don't know what one does, but what does the other do? One, I think, works with robots or something, or does something, but one pretty much takes care of the or this android Sammy, like a child, if anything, buys clothes and stuff like that. And there's like a term going around, kind of like a resistance to androids becoming more common, but it's like android holic, pretty much just trying to shame people who are okay with androids, because even like the sibling keeps just giving Riku shit, and it's like, oh, you're starting to sound like a real android holic throughout like these 6 episodes. I was like, not really. Like, it was just kind of casually, like, normal things I feel like you would ask or say about androids. And it's like, oh, do you have any interest at all? You must be android holic. And I was like, okay, that's kind of weird. Whatever. But anyways, yeah, I have it in my notes. Rikyo and Masaki, who is Riko's friend, follow a robot to Time of Eve. Huh. Hang on. I'm pretty sure the robot in question is Sammy. No, okay. No, it was. I was like, but why wasn't Sammy here when they arrived? No. They look at Sammy's history, where Sammy went the day before or whatever, and it ended up being Time of Eve. And here's the thing: when they first walked in Time of Eve, I lost my shit. I was like, "Fuck yeah, it's a bar! Hell yeah, alcohol! It's gonna focus on alcohol! Fuck yeah, Time of Eve is a bar!" No, it's a cafe. It's just a cafe. It's like, damn it! Damn it! Oh well, good enough, I guess. Cafe, bar, both drugs technically, alcohol, caffeine, you know. Oh, so there's pretty much only one rule at this bar. I mean, there's probably more, but the one they put a sign out about is not to discriminate against human or robot, or don't try to figure out who's robot, who's human. Of course, these two pretty much freak out, like low-key freak out about not being able to tell who's robot and who's human, because normally androids or robots, whatever, have like a little halo looking thing above their heads, like red or green, depending on if they're active or inactive, or just waiting orders or whatever. But when they're inside Time of Eve, they don't have that, and they kind of act more human. Which is weird, because that's how we first meet Akiko. Who, I don't know how old Akiko is supposed to be. I originally thought child. I mean, definitely still a child-like one. But I guess maybe closer to Riko and Masaki's age. You know, what he's supposed to look like at least. And they're not sure if Akiko is human or robot, but the things that Akiko keeps saying and talking about makes them really seem like human. Until they're at school again and Riko actually sees Akiko coming through the school with the little halo thing, and it seems like Akiko really doesn't recognize or isn't acknowledging Riko. And it's like, oh, okay, yeah, I saw that coming. Yeah, not a surprise, but also this is Akiko. Why it take so long? Why? Hey, the main character's name, Rikuo. You know who doesn't have a chapter or title in this whole thing is Rikuo. Weird. Yeah, I guess Akiko was kind of important, but really not a Rikuo in this entire thing. There are some there's some that have blah 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 and blah blah blah. Like later we'll have Koji and Rina, and then at some point Chie and Shimei. There could have been for the next one. It could have been Rikuo and Sammy, because Sammy is the next chapter. So yeah. So I already actually kind of talked about this in for the previous episode. Sammy's the android at Rikuo, and the parents humanizes, which the sibling dislikes. Yeah, so they go back, Riko and Masaki. It is the two of them going back for a bit. But they go back to Time of Eve. They know Chie, an actual very small child who keeps pretending to be a cat. And some old person who we learn later. I don't know why they take so long to give us names, but we learn later is named Shimei. Then there's a PDA couple named Koji and Rina, who we don't learn their names, I guess, until they're important. Then there's someone who's also a reader who I don't think we get a name of, but it seems like someone who could be important. Oh, there's also like the barista, whose name I think was Nagi. Yeah, Nagi. And the Nagi and whoever this reader is, if there was a name, I forget. We never learn if they actually are human or androids. I have a feeling Nagi's the android and the human, or the reader is human. Maybe both are one or the other. Who knows? But yes, And it really doesn't, I don't know, this really doesn't focus on Sammy that much. But there's, I guess you could say, another rule or another thing that happens at time of eve is whenever someone leaves, the door's locked for a bit so that whoever leaves can have some privacy. Wait a minute. Oh, unless I completely misunderstood something, that becomes a plot hole somehow. Huh. Okay, I'll get to it. In the next chapter, if I finally remember to bring it back up. But yeah, because Misaki gets upset about whatever, wanting to follow the couple because they leave. Misaki can't. Then, or no, someone's leaving? I don't know. Someone's trying to leave. Wait. Who's trying to leave? Maybe it wasn't the couple who left. No, I mean, they still leave together regardless. No, there's some weird plot holes. I'll get that. Next chapter or next episode. Anyways, so get upset, ends up fleeing. Next chance the door is able to open, and then Sammy comes in eventually, and Rikyu finally knows that Sammy's there, and kind of freaks out or whatever. I don't know. But seeing Sammy here and talking, it's Sammy. I try to make some kind of different coffee. Which the coffee here is called Eveland. I thought it was Eveland, but it's more like Evil End. I don't know, something like that. But yeah, while they're here, it seems like the androids have memories and feelings and stuff like that. And even Nagi comments on them. So that kind of brings up some kind of ethical problems if that's the case. I don't know what happens. There's a whole mystery of what this place actually is and why this stuff happens. I don't know. Yeah, that's pretty much that for Sammy. Now, Koji and Rina. This was the couple. And this is when I start noticing there's subtitles. So this is Eve's lovers. Now, I don't remember if Akiko and Sammy ever had these little subtitles. But for some reason, Nagi is trying to get them to talk to Rikyo and Misaki. And for some reason, Rikyo rudely just displays Koji's camera reel, which reveals Koji's with some other person at night or whatever, which I guess ends up being Koji's master or whatever. And then goes back to see Rina has a hurt leg to reveal Rina is also an android. So both Koji and Rina are androids. And apparently Rina is a lot like Koji's master. Also, there's a bunch of perv stuff in this. Because Rina has big boobs for some reason. And Rikyo kind of keeps staring at them. And Masaki keeps nudging and being stop that shit kind of stuff. Yeah, so they're both androids. And apparently they don't know that either of the other is an android. Or maybe they obviously do, or they don't acknowledge it. For some reason, I'm pretty sure it says, except if I said anything, that they don't actually realize the other is also an android. And they're just doing whatever because of whatever. But this is the plot hole I pointed out earlier, is they usually leave together. And if they both leave at the same time, then as soon as they walk out of the bar, then their halos will come back on, and they will recognize that. It makes no sense. I must have misunderstood something. I don't know. But that's the thing. But there's also a weird bug in this too that made no sense. I don't know what happened. At 1304, for the episodes, I don't know if it's the same in the film. It looks like Rikyo and Misaki have a change of clothes. And I don't know if they do, if it's just a bug or something they kept, but they go from the casual wear to school uniforms. Yeah. And oh no, or maybe it's a new day. It makes no sense if it's actually a new day, because if you look at the background, everything else is the same for the most part. So I don't know. It's just a weird thing. I think it like went to black for a second, and then you just see. So it could have been time change, and they came back and just talked more. But I don't think that's what happened. I think somebody messed up, and it's weird that they like got released unnoticed, or maybe Crunchyroll got like not the best edits of it for some reason. I don't know. It was weird. Now moving on to kind of a random one, kind of creepy one too. This one is nameless. I don't know if it is actually a thing, but it seems like this has something to do with Nagi, which could mean Nagi is a human, but Nagi's just really accommodating for this robot who seems a very old model. And we even open with the perspective of this older model, with some kid getting a picture or whatever drawn, a kid drawing. But yeah, and I don't know what the fuck this means. Talk and focus on upgrades. I don't know what the fuck that means. What did I write about? My notes suck. My handwriting's already terrible. Talk and focus on upgrades. I guess that was what the kid was talking about to this supposedly nameless robot. The subtitle for this one is Eve's Doll. And comes to the cafe just looking rough. And at first, when saying the name, it's just a bunch of staticky stuff. But does try hard to just like follow the rule, pretend to, I guess, be human, even though it's really bad. And they pretty much have to spin, I guess, mainly Rikyo and Masaki. I think everyone else is mostly already gone except for Nagi. But they pretty much just try to spin the whole time, preventing it from like shorting out or trying to explode, because anything that kind of contradicts what it's programmed to think, it kind of makes it start to short out or whatever. But then, out of nowhere, Chie pops up. I think still trying to be a cat. I don't know. But that causes things to go bad. But thankfully, Nagi's there to make everything seem better. And then we eventually do get the name of this nameless robot, which is Kotaron. Don't know if that's supposed to mean anything. But apparently Kotaron was disposed of improperly, the memory erased mostly, and has just been wandering around since. Apparently there's a whole process for disposing of robots, androids, or whatever, but people don't want to do it because it's kind of pricey. I don't know, which is a weird thing. You apparently can afford to get the robot, android, whatever, in the first place, but you don't want to pay to get rid of it, which I'm assuming means you're also getting a newer one. But if you're also fell in like financial ruins and couldn't do anything about it, maybe whatever. But there's like still going back and forth to this memory of the kid. I feel a lot like it's maybe not. I don't know. It's hard to tell. I think that's supposed to be a mystery. It might be supposed to make you think about it. But yeah, everything turns out okay. I think, well, I don't know why I just said that. I think this robot does eventually short out completely, right? Does it? I feel like I would have written a note about that somewhere if it did. I don't know what happened to it. I'm just going to assume it is dead. It short out completely and failed, and I don't know, put in a dumpster out back or something. I don't know what they did with this. Hey, this is the point where, hey, maybe we can now finally see what happened. Or we get more. Make it longer. Add that part of just dumping this metal, lifeless body somewhere. No. Is it murder? Would that be considered murder? This is the ethical problems I'm telling you about. If they can have feelings and memories and stuff like that, it brings up ethics stuff. And this was like, whoa. Almost 17 years ago. Holy shit. Damn. Whew. Okay. Anyways, let's move on. So that was Nameless, who was actually Kataran. The next is Chie and Shime, the little cat wannabe girl, and then the old person who, I don't know. I didn't know who was going to be the robot or human because it seems like if it's a pair, but they already kind of debunked that. This is Eve's Melody. I don't remember much really happening in this. So I guess Shime is the android. It's never 100% confirmed. You never see the halo over Shime or anything. But yeah, for some reason, Shime left Chie at the time of Eve, which I don't know what the family circumstance is, but unless Chie actually is the robot or android or whatever, it makes no sense to leave Chie there when parents, other family, or some other adults. I don't know why an orphan would have a android all to himself, but I don't know why Shime wouldn't also go. I don't know why Shime would have Chie. I don't know. It's weird. But, I don't know. It is weird. Anyway, so now that Chie is just left here, everyone else pretty much just takes care of Chie. But Chie's sad. Aww. Then we learn more about Rikyo and Piano. It almost doesn't matter about Chie and Shime. But yeah, apparently Rikyo quit piano because there was a robot that played and was somehow good enough to have Rikyo mesmerized by the playing. I think that's what I wrote down. Holy shit. Was moved. Okay. Was moved by the playing. Which is a critique for robots is you think, oh, they can't put like really soul or blood or whatever into artistic things. All of it would just be like whatever they would program to do. Just like the newest chapter of manga of Super Policeman Psychic whatever Chojo, that one. That's exactly the thing with Copbot and that. Not being able to sing extraordinary, good enough, but with no heart, soul, or blood in it. And I feel like that's probably what it'd be like, but apparently not so. Because Rikyo quit piano because saw a robot able to play just as well, or maybe even better. Who knows? And then Sammy tries to play. Apparently Sammy's here. Tries to play for whatever reason. Which is enough for Rikyo to be like, oh, for some reason, I want to play again. And does a little bit, and everyone's happy. And that's pretty much that. That's just for Chie and Shime. It really wasn't much to that one. I don't know. I don't know what else to add to it. Now, here's the big one. The longest episode. The one where things kind of change, I guess. Masaki, I guess, wasn't at the last episode. Maybe hasn't been around for a bit. But now, the last episode is called Masaki. Yeah, Masaki, the friend, gets a whole episode, chapter, whatever, but not the main character. The main character, I guess, has been getting part of it this whole time anyways. So, let's see. We go back to little young Masaki, who had a pet. No, I don't want to say pet. Who had a robot of some kind. Masaki saw his family, but the robot's name was Tex. And for some reason, Tex comes back one day after, kind of an argument with the dad. Not pointing fingers and being suspicious, but for some reason, after an argument with dad, Tex comes back and is not able to talk anymore. I mean, yeah, I get it. It's suspicious, but no, it was the dad. The dad's shit. So, yeah. This is called the subtitle Eve's Friendship. My notes suck. Anyways, so, yeah, Masaki's parents' name is, at least the asshole one, Asuro Masaki. I don't know what Masaki's given name is now. One of the things with Japanese names. Always confuse me. Yeah. So Asuro is the chief information officer of the ethics committee. Damn. I just feel like I mentioned ethics multiple times during this. I forgot this is the position Asuro is part of. It kind of seems like something's up with this committee. Like, not the most ethical ethics committee, I guess you could say. But yeah, eventually, Tex just disappears and is gone with ethics committee info. Oscar is really worried about it. Is there something sleazy in there that Oscar is worried about? Who knows? Maybe, probably. It usually is. But yeah, Tex goes to Time of Eve. Also, Tex has another name that I guess the official name that Oscar says. I don't remember that though. But yeah, when Tex shows up, or is already there, and for some reason, I guess Masaki either figures out or has a feeling, but realizes, for some reason Masaki goes back to Time of Eve. Of course, Tex is there, and then something that's kind of like, it gave me like the ending of Twilight series vibes of like, oh, something, there's a confrontation, something gonna happen. Nope, it's all gone. Okay, well, cool, build up for nothing. So there's an android that was on the committee watch list, I guess did something bad. Oh, there's a thing that's told throughout the thing. It's like another rule for robots is robots can't hurt humans or something like that. But for some reason, Tex gets really defensive about this android that just came in on the watch list or something. I don't remember. And Tex breaks two commands, or breaks a rule in a command, even apologizes for it. But Tex finally talks to let everyone know that this is an android that just came in for whatever reason, did something bad. I don't know what it is. But then Masaki logics it out. It's like, oh wait, Tex hasn't been talking this whole time. If Tex is given a command to not talk, then the only reason that command will be override is if it's to protect a human. Meaning Tex had to talk to protect Masaki. But then, like, nothing happens from it. The android just kind of leaves. And then that's that. So it's, like, really just a letdown. Like I was saying. And it's like, what was the point of this? And then Tex can't talk anymore. Because Tex was only doing it to protect Masaki. To override the initial command. But now if there's no threat to Masaki, Tex doesn't have a reason to override that command. Huh. It was weird. I just don't get the point of it. But yeah, after that, things calm down. Tex tries to leave, I guess to go back home, but Tex can't climb stairs. You see, trying to go, bumps into it, and they're even like, "Well, how did you get in here if you can't go up or downstairs?" And that people are like, "Oh, yeah, we lifted." And it's like, okay. But still, Tex would have had to come downstairs first. Unless coincidentally arrived at the same time as others. I don't know. I don't think this is the most thought out, foolproof plot. But, I don't know. That was at least humorous. It lifts the mood enough to be whatever. But yeah, that's pretty much the main thing. I guess Masaki is less, I don't know, against robots, androids, whatever, because of this finally understanding Tex or whatever. But yeah, that's the main plot, and then the rest is just kind of extra stuff. Like there's a whole nother person we see of, I assume, in the ethics committee. Maybe it's some other kind of government branch or head or whatever. I don't know. But there's just more mystery about who Nagi is, who that reader person was, um, who, what's up with the ethics committee, why they seem so shady. Um, um, what is this? And oh my gosh! Oh, someone new shows up at the end. We don't. Oh, okay, yeah. So when it's ending, someone new shows up at the end. We don't see who it is, but Rigo says more happens, but then it ends there. So it feels like maybe this was intended to go on longer, or could have been a longer series. I don't know. I guess it's not going to be because it was been almost 15 years. Maybe it has been 15 years. 15, 17 years, something like that. So, yeah, I don't think anything is coming from this. Yeah. Oh, but yeah. And then, after credit scene, oh yeah, finally a nice, Masaki had like a redeeming moment with robot androids. So now there's an after credit scene of Sammy and Rikyo's sibling, who I still don't remember if there was a name, but I think they went shopping. Wait, and like puts a flower in the sibling's hair. Just like a nice moment between them, and Rikyo's sibling is actually appreciative of it and seems to be coming around. The other thing to like really wonder about though is why are people so against them? And I get it. Oh, it's like a perfect reflection of now because there's people so against AI and people are like going all in for it. I don't really care for AI. Most times when you see it being used, it's to cheat in something or just to get out of work on something that should be human. Obviously, there's been AI implemented in stuff with people really wondering about it, but now that it's becoming to seem, more commonly available and be used in dumb ways or whatever, it's just starting to feel like it's taken over. And I guess I can see the characters in this perspective, and whatever year this takes place, sometime in the future, probably Japan, that I can see some actions against it. I'm sure there's a cycle of people being skeptical, then being all in, and then when it was like robots really could do a lot of the stuff, but then once they started seeming and acting more human, then the younger generation was like, wait a minute, maybe we should be more skeptical. And I think that's what we kind of see in this, and it's probably what's going to happen now. But it's the younger generation more than anything really relying on it. AI nowadays. But older people too. And then eventually the, middle age are going to be the old people, and the young people nowadays are going to be mainly running things, and it's going to be a younger generation that comes back in and it's like, wait a minute. So I don't know what Gen Z, Gen Alpha, the iGen, and whatever comes after that will probably be the ones to go back to be like, wait a minute, technology, maybe we should be a bit more skeptical. I don't know. It's hard to tell. But yeah, there's a message and lessons you could learn from this. I kind of already talked about it, but it was an interesting watch. Not what I expected at all. Oh, it didn't give you a description. If you just go on Crunchyroll, it just says blah, 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 blah. This is from this person to make it blah, blah, blah. But it doesn't give a description at all of what this is supposed to be about. And that's what confused me the most. And I didn't bother to look it up until after I watched it. I keep doing that. I knew nothing about it. And I'm kind of glad being able to go into a situation like this and be like, whoa, that's what this is. I do it so much with everything. But it makes it also really hard to make a drink. If I was to make another drink, it would probably be based around coffee. I don't know what that'd be. Maybe I already kind of did coffee and like Japanese beer. Did I just do Sapporo with the Odd Taxi film? Right, that's what I did. I guess I could do something else in coffee. I don't know, but it'll be something coffee inspired. what's a robotic kind of taste to it? Something metallic, I guess. I don't know. Like a canned coffee, I guess I could do, and then get like a can of some other alcohol thing. I don't know, milk. I call it milk. Oh wait, no, because I was thinking of robot boobs. Damn, what a weird way to start ending this on. Yeah, something, some kind of coffee drink in alcohol. I still have that Japanese vodka. I don't know. It'd be something cool. Like there's the Irish whiskey, wait, Irish coffee or something like that. Alright, like is there like a equivalent for Japanese liqueurs for compared to like Irish cream? So that might be it. But I don't know. Try to make whatever the evil land is supposed to be, and then add alcohol to it. But yeah, that's pretty much covers it for Time of Eve. I'm just to add, I literally in both just content time wise and my comments about it. I felt like it pretty much did what it set out to do, which is a rare thing for me to say. Yeah, I'm just surprised. I never knew about it. I doubt anyone else knew about it. If you're listening to this, oh yeah, first spoiler for all of that. I just spoiled everything. I forgot to give a spoiler warning. But also, you listened to all of this and you did watch Time of Eve, and especially if you liked it, let me know. Let's talk more about it. You can do that in the comments if that's an option. I don't know where you listen to this. Or, email me, theacstories@gmail.com. Social media, also theacstories. Links to all that will be in description or wherever you're listening to this. Hopefully, it'll be a link. But yeah, I want to thank you for listening to this either way. I also want to thank my Ko-fi member, Julio Vasquez. If you want to help support me a little bit in whatever way you want to, you can. You don't have to, though. I appreciate it either way. But yeah, that'll be it for this alcohol and anime. I have been your Otaku Tainer, the AC Stories. Until next month with more alcohol and anime. Thank you so much again, and bye.